Seattle Seahawks fans. Oh boy, this is a tricky one. We've made it pretty clear on this channel that we're Lions fans and we love the NFL. We love teams that the national media ignores. And so we've done a lot of videos on the Seattle Seahawks. But you're coming in to the Motor City. You're coming in to play my Detroit Lions. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and stay biased, but I'm also going to tell you, and you see the title, Can the Seattle Seahawks Find a Way to Beat the Detroit Lions? I just made a video for Sports Talk Detroit that was titled very differently. And it was basically titled Why the Detroit Lions Will Beat the Seattle Seahawks. So I'm just putting all my cards out on the table for you guys. Like, that's where I'm at. And so I'm like, how am I going to make this video for the Seahawks? And I found an article, and it was under field goals, right? It's an SB Nation article. And unfortunately, they kind of agree with what I was saying in my other video, that this is going to be tricky. So here's kind of what they said. They compared the Rams to the Lions. Game-wrecking D linemen, check. Rams have Aaron Donald. Lions have Aiden Hutchinson. Do I think Aiden Hutchinson is nearly as good as Aaron Donald? No, not yet. I'm not delusional. I'm not silly, but I also know the Seahawks are struggling at tackle. So, and the Chiefs needed to send multiple guys at Hutchinson on every play, and he still was dominant in week 1, and he was all over the field. Elite wide receiver, here's where I will stay check. Around these parts of Detroit, Amon-Ra St. Brown is being compared to Cooper Kupp, and Jared Goff throwing to him, it just makes it funny to me. Yeah, check. St. Brown is the real deal. Here's where it gets a little unique. For number 1 overall pick at quarterback, check. These two guys were traded for each other. Goff has been phenomenal since he's gotten here. Like, you see the touchdown percentage, they're almost like mirrors career-wise what they've put up for stats. The only difference is that Matt Stafford can make difficult plays under duress, sidearm throws, all that kind of stuff. Jared Goff's just more accurate when he has an open pocket. So if you get good pressure, if you can consistently get pressure on Goff, you might be okay in that. I'm going to be honest with you. You might be okay with that. So if, Nwosu can get, and Boye Mafe and things like that can get pressure, you might be okay. If not, he will pick you apart. Don't think I've forgotten about last year's game. We're going to talk about last year's games. All right. He also talked about position rankings. The Lions top the Rams in all but one of them, and that one comes with a pretty big asterisk right now, and that is pass catchers. And the reason they're saying that is because Cooper Kupp, with an even above average wide receiver, there's probably a bottom 5 group in the league, right? So it is what it is. But here's the thing. You're not just playing the Rams. It's not to look at that. You have a good football team. The Seahawks have a good football team. Now, it's been as a Seahawks fan, I want to know, leave a comment. What's your confidence level in this team right now? Because you were a playoff team last year when you weren't expected to be. Geno Smith was a Pro Bowl quarterback when he wasn't expected to be. But you've gone 3-7 in your last 10 games. In those 3 victories, it was against the Jets, the Rams, and the Rams, all with backup quarterbacks. And yes, I know Zach Wilson, like, he wasn't a backup, but come on. So, like, where are you at with that? Where are you at with that? But here is an area where I think you can be good. You have Seattle's revitalized run defense. It's been better. You stopped the Rams rushing offense. I think you held them to like 2.3 yards per carry or just something ridiculous like that. We ran the ball pretty well against the Chiefs. We got David Montgomery, we got Jahmyr Gibbs, and we have a very good offensive line. Here's the other thing that you have going for you. While you have these questions at tackle, we don't know if our left tackle Taylor Decker is going to be healthy enough. He hurt his ankle during the game last week versus the Chiefs, but Now he hasn't practiced since. I don't know how bad it is. It's impressive that he was able to keep playing on it. Honestly, it was pretty remarkable that he was able to keep playing on it, but I'm not sure what that's going to look like. That will help you. Now, here's the other thing that you have to understand. You put up 48 points against us last year. You put up 48 points, and all you've done is added weapons. You've gotten Charbonnet as a backup running back. You've got Jackson Smith and Jigba in the slot. But this is not the defense you played last year. Tracy Walker was the best, by far the best player. I don't know if he got hurt in that game or if he was already gone. But Tracy Walker is our safety. He's not even playing. He didn't play a snap against the Chiefs because, one, he's recovering from the Achilles, but he's back to full health. There's just better players. There's 5 players better than him. He couldn't get a spot. We got CJ Gardner-Johnson over the offseason. Kirby Joseph came into his own. We got Cam Sutton over the offseason at corner, and you got Brian Branch, who played really well in the first game, and Jerry Jacobs is still a holdover. So I don't think this is going to be a track meet like it was last year. At least I hope not, right? But the Seahawks know the 0-2 thing. What is it? Like 10% of NFL teams make the playoffs that start 0-2. It's almost impossible to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, which is just a crazy stat to me. There's desperation. It's interesting. What is going to create more desperation? The Seahawks, who are about to go 0-2, or the fact that the last 2 times you played us, you put up a combined 99 points. so we're angry about that. Like, what is going to create more of a chip on the shoulder? What is going to create more desperation? So I just don't know. And is your team over the last couple of years, did you put up ridiculous points against us because there was a lack of talent, or because Aaron Glenn just flat out does not know how to stop your offense? And Aaron Glenn is the defensive coordinator for the Lions. I can't answer that question. But here's what I know. Pete Carroll's a solid coach. So even though the Lions are 9-2 in their last 11 games, and the Seahawks are 3-7, that does include a playoff game. It would be 4-7 if it was 11 games. Even though everything seems to be going the right way for the Lions, and the Seahawks are kind of in this kind of like limbo, like, is this a good team? Or is this a bad team? Or is this just an okay team? Because of Pete Carroll, because of the last 2 years, I can't come out here and say, like, I'm overly confident that the Lions are going to win. But all the stats would say, the rosters would say, week 1 results would say that this game does favor the Lions over the Seahawks. But let me know your thoughts. Give me very nice responses, and let's talk about why you think the Seahawks are going to go ahead and beat the Lions. I'm here for it. You know, I'm a Lions guy, but I want to keep it partial here. Like, that's fine. I love watching the Seahawks. I think you guys have a top 5 coach in the NFL, and I love seeing what you're doing and how quick that rebuild was. Like, what team loses their franchise quarterback and makes the playoffs? It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You should be thrilled for what you have. So anyways, let me know what your thoughts are. And thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Comment, like the video. See you on the next one.